Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is the time. I feel great today. I'm going to teach you what happened. Let me break down this music. I made $3,000 trading in altcoin last night. I banged on a Bitcoin gain on the short. I called the exact stop of the short, back to the upside, cup and handle, bang to the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame. I didn't make the long because I was working out right when I got out of the short, but bang, man. Shout out to the upside. And my team knows how to trade, man. A lot of people in my trading group know what's up. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I also banged on a bunch of altcoins last night that looked absolutely beautiful. I gave ACH inside of an ascending triangle that made a beautiful gain of 9%. 3x leverage is 27. I gave KAITO for 26% gains. I put $20,000 in the trade, was able to take gains of about 3,000. And Pi was in a beautiful flag that was getting tighter, and I could tell it was about to break out. I saw even bigger gains, and it went up 57%. These are 3 of the coins that I put out in the trading group last night, working diligently until 1 in the morning, not stopping. Bang, bang, bang. So here we have KAITO for 26%. We have Alchemy Pay for 9% out the flag. We have Pi. All these were in flags. I trade flags, tight moving averages with the VRVP. This was in a falling wedge, tight moving averages, 21-day moving average, low stochastics. This is the sauce. I teach it over and over again. I gave the short for Bitcoin. Bitcoin at 88,000, bouncing all the way back off of 85. Let's talk about what's happening to BTC. I'm going to show you what went on in the trading group. I gave a short this morning also. So we're sitting there. I do a Bitcoin update every morning. Okay. And then I'm sitting there and I'm saying, you know, this thing's likely going to move to the downside. Right. And so I put out the short to the trading group. Right here, I see the flag. And even though it had broke out, I did buy the breakout, which I usually don't. But it was obvious it was going to move down. It had lost the 200 MA on multiple time frames. I gave you guys a video update explaining exactly what I saw happening and why. Okay, then you could see that there was more liquidity to the downside on BOOKMAP, which also suggested we were going further down. This is all given for $3 a day. Then we get into the short. All right, I show the short that we're in right there. It starts to plow to the downside, and that thing just continued to moon. First, we were 15%. All right, then it was like blah, right? Then we were in the money. At that point, look, move the stop loss to break even. I tell exactly when I move stop losses to break even. I show when I enter. I show when we put the stop loss to break even. I show as the trade continues to go like a flip book. All right, like I just, I don't leave you hanging. I then show you where my stop loss is again into profit. I'm like, now I'm moving the stop into profit. I show you, then I show you the trade. Then I say I'm out. Then I say I'm selling. Look at this, then I'm out. Right here, look. 85 would be a good place to take some profits. I sold for gains just now. Bang. At that point, you can see that was the exact local bottom. I mean, I think it went to 300. But perfect sell. It bounced back to the upside. And then I show the Sammy Cup and Handy. And this is why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside. So bang, man. In one day, we hit 3 altcoins. I made $3,000 overnight. Nailed the short. Was able to see the reversal back for Bitcoin. And here we are again, ready to crush it. So shout out to all my lifers, man. 333, if you're ready to crush it again. If you want to keep making gains. If this is the place to be, while everyone's sallying out and paper handing, freaking out, focused on their downs, I'm focused on the ups. I'm focused on the opportunity. I know there are gains to be had out here. I know there is money to be seen. If I keep my mind on opportunity, if I keep telling myself I am the opportunity, then I am the opportunity. The universe will bend to the reality in which I created with the frequency inside of my mind. Don't you understand? We reprogrammed the subconscious mind. I was listening to Jim Rohn all morning today about reprogramming my subconscious mind. He said, you could think, you could want, you could dream. But if you don't reprogram the subconscious mind, it's not going to happen. You're going to keep telling yourself these inner thoughts. If you had a friend and they wanted to do something amazing with their life, would you talk down to them? Would you tell them they stink and they couldn't do it? Then why are you talking to yourself like that? Don't talk down to yourself. That's not cool. You owe it to yourself to be good to yourself. So look, V-shaped recovery, bit of a higher low with the candle close of the 1 hour time frame. Hey, we may have ourselves a bit of a bottom here. We're going to find out today. We may have Sammy Cup and Handied with that beautiful liquidation wick right there to the upside. Shout out to anyone that did take the short and was able to make gains. I took you through the short perfectly from front to back to stop loss to break even to profit to out of the trade. You can't beat it, all right? You can't beat it. I held your hand, all right? And I'll hold your hand. I want to hold you. I actually don't. I'm not, no homo, no diddy. Sorry about that. I always forget there's too many dudes out here. But I do want to teach you how to trade. I want to show you the way. I want to get you going. And then look at this beautiful flag. We broke above the 200 MA on the 1-minute time frame. That's my known signal. Open a trade right there, especially when the 21's in tow. That is my model. My model is to wait for the price action to break above the 21. Break above the 200 MA, come back to the 21 and open a trade when they're close with low stochastic. I mean, it breaks out so much. Look at the trade right there. Bang. To the upside, right? Down $10. But bam, look at that thing. And then let's see this thing. Can this thing moon to the upside is what I'm looking for. And can that thing moon, right? So now you're into another trade here. Let's see if we can open up another trade. Oh, so that trade's open right now. So let's see. I opened a trade, then I had to take a shower right after my workout. So I'm like, what's I even in to trade? So I'm in a trade right now. You can see here's my stop. There's my take profit. I just kind of sloppily threw it up there. I didn't even almost have the time, but it looked like we were going to short squeeze like crazy. So we're oversold. We're at the 21. Let's see if this flag can pump us to the upside. I see a move right now. I'm actually in it right here with a stop loss below the 200 MA. I can even move it up a little bit, and this could be the trade. All right. IP pumping at 7. Sammy on fire. Let's take a look at IP. That thing's pumping too. Let's take a look at IP. So, man, this isn't a bear market. Look at the pies. Pie's about to hit the target, man. This thing is ripping. Shout out to anyone that's still in pie, ripping to the upside. Let's take a look at KAITO. But the energy is at its apogee, man. I love when I wake up to massive gains. Look at KAITO just ripping to 239. My goodness, now I wish I'd stayed in it. Oh my God, I guess woulda, shoulda, coulda. I would have been up huge. Oh, shout out to all my KAITO people that are now up. Dang. Man, so for 3, I would have been up $8,000. I got to take deep breaths. This market always gets you. But look, there's the cup and handle to the upside. KAITO ripping. The target was 225. It went further than that. Congrats to anyone that jumped into KAITO for massive gains in the trading group. 44% overnight. Are you kidding me? You can't beat that. You can't beat that. And there's people, they actually left the trading group. There's people that left all sorts of the market. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's so much money out here. It's ridiculous. Let's take a look at IP, USDT. And I told you when Bitcoin dumps, you can see what's possible. I gave you IP too. I talked about it ripping to the upside. My target for IP is $8.36. This thing is ripping. Absolutely ripping. So shout out. And I even gave that little flag there. It did come back down pretty close to entry. But man, I showed you this consolidation. We wanted it to come back down on that 2-hour time frame. On the 1 hour, the stochastics did reset. Low stochastics below the dotted line. I'm in. I'm telling you, man, the stochastics RSI are going to teach you how to become one of the greatest traders ever in the world. I don't talk about them as much, lately it's all moving average, but it's really all about the stochastics RSI. All right. Damn, now we're going to slump. I opened this trade so fast that I don't even remember why I opened it. So I want to kind of reset. Looks like that might come back to the 200 MA. Where am I here? $64. Just cut it off for now. You guys see me do crazy things, but don't stress. Come on. Anyway, I got to do my top-down analysis and see where we're at. I took a beautiful short. We sold the short. Now it's kind of like we're resetting, so it's kind of like, what do we do now? All right. So that pinged right there, order filled. All right. I just don't want to. I don't want to look at it right now. I don't really care. All right. Let's get back into the big time frame. I can't tell you how many times if I didn't do a top-down analysis and I just jump into a trade and something strange happens. Okay, so whenever we get away from the 21-day moving average, my strategy is to wait for price to get close to it or near it. So when the weekly was away from the 21, you would suggest, my strategy would tell you, hey, you're probably going to come back to the 21. And I even said this, and I said, hey, we might come back to the 21 like this. Remember me drawing this? I don't know if everybody remembers, but... And I said, we're either going to come back down to that 618, somewhere at 81,000, right? Or we're going to go sideways and break out of here. I said, either way, I still see Bitcoin breaking out. Even if we go back down to 74K or something and we hit the 786, I said, I still see Bitcoin breaking to the upside, right? So even if we had taken this downward channel, and I don't know if you remember, but I've said this many times since we've done this update, or we're going to go sideways. Now, eventually, Bitcoin decided to go sideways, but it kept hitting, and I kept saying, hey, that's an M pattern. It looked like we could dump down. Don't be surprised if we do. But let's see if we can get the breakout. And then I kept waiting for confirmation of the smaller time frames. We couldn't break the 1 hour 200 MA. So you had to stay bearish. See, like my signals basically told you exactly how to trade this market pretty much Now, again, your emotions could get in the way. Does it mean I hit every single trade perfectly? Heck no. No. I'm still working on my inner soul. I'm still working on who I am. But the signals that I give and the way I look at it are beautiful. And I do hit way more trades than I lose, and I just keep fighting, you know. I believe that the next opportunity is coming for me, that something big is coming my way. Like, my biggest trade is yet to be had. Like, I'm going to make like a $50,000 trade on this stream one day in front of everybody. I know I will. I know it in my heart and soul. I'm going to make one of the biggest trades anyone's ever seen in crypto. I'm going to nail it. I'm working so hard for that moment in time, and when I finally do it, everyone's going to be like, oh, they're not going to realize it was like 6 years of planning for that one trade, for that one moment. Right? I'm waiting on that one moment, man, that perfect entry when the probability is just right. I have what I have, and I'm ready to rock, and it just all fits together, and bang, I'm in there like swimwear. The one day I open the window, which I never do. So funny. Is the day that they do that. But God bless them, man. I'm happy. I love that we have landscaping. It looks beautiful every day. All right, so here we are on the weekly. The weekly coming back down here to this key level. Can it get a bounce? Oversold. RSI never goes too low. And you could say like lack of sell pressure technically if we don't get the flush all the way back down. Bitcoin has never gone back to the previous consolidation high of any time. It wicked to here on the wick, but it didn't come back down to the real candle consolidation. See, even on wicks, it wicked down many times, but it never revisits. So it shan't. Based on that idea, shan't revisit again. Who knows? Sarasota is absolutely beautiful today. It's going to be like 74 degrees. Right now it's 69 and sunny. Like it is. Today's going to be 72. No, today's going to be 76 degrees, man. Today's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. Oh my God. It's going to be 76 degrees at 2 p.m. with not a cloud on the sky. Oh my gosh. All the ball players are down here at spring training because this is the greatest weather on earth. I live in the greatest weather right now you could have on earth for a human being. 76 degrees with a nice breeze. I could be in the pool later on today if I want. I could be in the jacuzzi. I can go for a walk. Today is going to be a beautiful day. That's why there's no reason to be upset. I moved to Florida, so I could always be happy. I don't care. Send Bitcoin to 65,000. Today could be the last. You know, I said something to myself, and again, I'd pray to God that doesn't happen, and I don't project it. But you never know. And I looked in the mirror and I said, today could be the last day of your life. Never be upset about Bitcoin, Sam. I said, enjoy your life. Always enjoy your moments. I said, God gave you these moments to enjoy. Don't ruin them on price action. Don't ruin them on negative people. Don't ruin them on negative circumstances. I say, stay positive no matter what. That's what I said when I looked in the mirror right before the show. I said, you got this, baby. I said, they're waiting for you. I said, go make this show amazing. And be blessed that you have a show and you have this great life. And don't you ever, ever be ungrateful for what you have. Amen. Thank you, dear Lord, for this moment in time. Thank you, dear Lord, for the lifers. Thank you, dear Lord, for my team. Thank you, dear Lord, for my wife, my children, and everything in this beautiful life which has been given. Thank you for even the loss of my parents, for they taught me so much about life. I have so much compassion for others, and I'm so grateful for everything that I've gone through in this life, dear Lord, and thank you for everything that you've given to me. Amen. My levels of gratitude exceed every day. They go higher and higher. The ability to feel gratitude is a habit that you can just continuously build. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, how am I so lucky to have a YouTube channel? How am I so lucky to have this many people here on the live? And dear Lord, thank you for all the likes that you're sending my way. 300 likes, man. May all those people be blessed for going out of their way to hit that like button. It's a digital move, but it means so much. And you know what? May they be blessed. Good karma, good classy people for doing that. All you people that hit the like button, you people are unbelievable. Blessed. So the weekly, it looks like it's going to close pretty red and pretty nasty, and it's going to close below 93,600. I mean, you have to assume that weekly will go to the next support zone. Again, it may linger. It does say that we go to 66,000, 67K. That's the next big chunk on the VRVP, right? That's the next big area of consolidation that we could. So I could see us wicking down there. It could happen for sure. You know, I mean, I'm open-minded to it. It would be tough. It would be max pain. But, you know, what goes down can only come back up. Like, Bitcoin's getting ripped up so much and has so much liquidity into it now that, like, it's almost in a super cycle. Like, I don't know if I have a full bear market anymore or just like it's having it's having bear market pullbacks inside of its regular moves now. Like, it's can't you see that it's like this is a bigger channel than that? You get what I'm saying? Like, you can see that Bitcoin, even if it goes up and crashes here, like, it's creating a new life. You know what I mean? And eventually that hill is going to be tiny too. Right? Each time. And then they're going to print more and more money. And then eventually, right? It is going to hit a mill and crash down to about 800 somewhere, maybe 680. Right? That'll happen. January 30, 2030. $1 million by 2030. That's what it's telling me, right? If it can kind of like, and you think it should get exponential because as they print money, the money should really just start to lose value. I really think real estate's a good look right now. As long as we can conserve it, we got to have a lot of babies. You got to go out there and have if you want to invest in real estate, then you also should have a lot of babies because we got to have a good population, a strong population for real estate prices. I hear there's still a housing crisis in a lot of places. 5-day chart, bearish, doesn't look amazing. You can kind of see a shoulder, head, right shoulder vibe there. Broke the neckline. If you want to go by that idea, you could have a neckline here. Sorry, that song's a little loud. Shout out to the 433 beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And then look, you can see this here move back down to what 78,680. All right. What's up, Sam? Have a great day, brother. Hope you and your family are doing great. Blessings and so much love, man. Thank you, man. May God bless you too, brother. Thank you so much. Rudy, you're the man, dude. May God bless you, man. You're awesome. Buying a house isn't out of reach, man. You're thinking with scarcity. You got to think that somehow you're going to be the 1%. Somehow something amazing is going to happen to you. Somehow you're going to dig your way out. I was on a night shift in a 1-bedroom apartment at 34 years old, and I said just what you said just there. I said, man, a house is out of reach for me. And you know what it was? Because that's what I believed. But once I said, you know what? Maybe I could become a YouTuber. Maybe I could get famous. Maybe I could do something that no one around me is doing. Maybe I could push myself to some limits that no one else around me even thinks is possible. I said, I think I can. Something I used to say in the show that I haven't said in a while, and that is because I used to be the guy with the hoodie and the jeans, and my good friends wore the suits, and they got their company on the stock exchange, and everyone was blasting off, and I was Sammy on the night shift, hidden in the dark away. But I knew I was super intelligent. I knew I had all these plans and hopes and dreams. I knew I had Elon Musk type of vibes of entrepreneurship. Like, I got so many other ideas beyond just YouTube. And I wanted to give so much to the world, And I kept thinking, oh, that will never happen to me. That'll never happen to me, right? But I eventually kept believing and dreaming and thinking, man, maybe something will happen to me. And look what happened. Because I thought that it could happen to me, it started to happen. Like, I changed my life through my mindset. And then the things that I thought were out of reach became in reach. So you got to believe, man. And you could do it in a recession. I started my business in the heart of the recession when everybody was getting taken out. When the whole world was going down the tubes, when everybody said it was off, I turned it on. And that's what taught me that if I could make it then, if I could make it in the deepest depths of the darkest economic times, then, man, I could make it anytime. And I realized that there's no such thing as a depression or recession. It's all in your mind. You can turn a recession into gains. You can flip any negative into a positive. You can. I did it. We doubled in the bear market. We kept moving in the bear market. This channel never stopped, man. It's because of each and every one of you that showed up. It's not about me. It's about you. Each and every one of you showed up. Each and every one of you did this. You did this. You showed up. We won together. We found gains together. We made it happen together. Let's take a look at the 3-day chart. 3-day chart also getting a bounce here off this bottom trend line. Good chance that we could. And again, even if this is just a sloppy falling wedge, I wouldn't mind, it would make sense. We might even just get a bounce here. And look, this could end up being an inverted head and shoulder. We might V-shape recovery right back up. 4 or 5 days from now, I could see us right back here. Whenever we get a smooth move lately for Bitcoin, we've been recovering it. Look, everyone felt the same way right here. 9 days later, we had eaten it alive. And I could see us just ripping these shorts a new one right now. There's too many people that want in on BTC. Nation states want to buy Bitcoin. Like, if you were a state and you were thinking of buying Bitcoin, today's a pretty dang good day to start thinking about it. Whenever I see Bitcoin in extreme fear, I am buying. I bought $2,000 more today. I buy more Bitcoin. I've been gobbling Bitcoin up. Without even anyone realizing, I've been buying almost 30K worth of Bitcoin in the last few days. just quietly snatching it. $2,000 here, $4,000 here, $2,000 here, $2,000 here. Every time another nasty red candle. Yoink. I'll take a little more BTC, please. Yoink. Thank you. While everyone else is freaking out, I have a long-term plan. I have the amount of Bitcoin I dream of owning, and at the price it's going to be. I'd like to have 100 Bitcoin when it's $1 million, man. And I'd like to have $100 million stashed. At that point, it will be worth maybe like, I'd say 40 to 45 at the amount of the printing money, but it will still be worth a nice fat chunk of change. And my daughters will each have $10 million for themselves, okay? And my wife will have an emergency fund of $5 million, and my family will be set, all right? And that's it. And that's my goal, man. That's my goal. And I'm going to work as hard as I can to get there. And I want my goal, I want people to laugh at my goal. I want my goal to be so big and outlandish that most people just be like, 100 Bitcoin, you're out of your mind. You know, if people aren't laughing at your goals, then they're just not big enough, baby. Then you just didn't, you know, your goals could kind of make you uncomfortable, because uncomfortability is where you grow. It's like you go to the gym, you should be like, I want to get bigger, and then I want to, you know, don't just say I want to go to the gym, say I'd like to put on 10 pounds of muscle in the next 3 months. Like, write down exactly what you want to achieve and then go to the little steps to achieve those goals. There has to be achievable goals. It has to be a number, where you're going to go, what you're going to do. There has to be a reality to your goals. All right? But God bless you. Let's get back into the trading. I know that's what we're here for. Back to 88,000. So we're getting a nice bounce here for Bitcoin. Back to 88K. Is this sustainable? We're going to see. You know, the daily you thought would have come all the way down to the 200 MA. You know, it's still could be very likely, but you know, you're getting tweezer bottoms on the daily. And not anymore, because we lost the sauce there. So now you got to say that's daily supportive resistance. You got to get back above 88,700 if we're going to do anything fun today. And that's where these two candles have met. Because if that happens, this candle will flip. You will have tweezer bottoms, right? But you know, it looks most likely like you will go further to the downside for BTC. That's just what it looks like. No guarantees right now, but it just, you know, the daily candle looks a little sketchy. You know, you got to get back, and even if you bring the daily, you got to get back above right there, 92.4. You got to. I'll even bring it lower, because that's where that candle right there. Yeah, 91.8, fine. 91.8 is the first level you have to even think about crossing. You get back above 91.8, but we might come to 91.8 and bearishly retest and drop more. We got to be open-minded here now. We really got to, you know, and this is where what I teach you comes into play. When everyone else is a little off base. And remember, we drew this for you. And I said, man, that's a head and shoulder likely to drop to the downside. I said, that's going to dump the length of the, you know, I said, I don't see how that doesn't dump. I'm surprised we didn't go lower to 80 to that, and that would be the Fibonacci retracement. That's why I was all there. You know, we had a double top Fibonacci retracement. It all looked like we were going to get the move. We lost the VRVP with the gap. I still firmly believe 67,000 is on the board and very even likely. And you have to be open-minded to that. You can't just be like, oh, this is the quick dip to 80 and we're on our way back to 100K. Just like that guy said on the other video I watched. He told me what I wanted to hear, so now I know that I'm gonna along that area right now, because that's what the other guy said. I teach you to listen to yourself. I teach you to find your inner voice. I teach you to push yourself to get into a character mode where honor and discipline become your focus and shape your character. Every single day I show up. Every single day you show up. Every single day you push yourself. You know how hard it is to be consistent. But somehow you find a way. And with me, as your coach and your guide, you will become the most consistent person you've ever been in your life. Mark my words, I will make sure of it. If you ride with me, I will not let you slip, because every day you will see me, and that will inspire you to push yourself to the limit. I won't give up on myself. God has showed me that if I don't give up on myself, I can inspire so many people to never give up on themselves, and we can change the world, man. Jim Rohn told me to change the world, you change yourself. You go out there and tell everyone what to do. That's not the way. You go out there and discipline yourself, and you show other people to be disciplined. And it's not about being conceited. It's about being your best self, so you can free others from talking down to themselves, from not feeling good, because I know what it's like to be depressed. I know what it's like to be lost. I know what it's like to be inside of a dark apartment and not believe in myself. I know what it's like to feel like I'm not worth anything. I know what it's like to use drugs to get over the feeling of my lack of confidence. I know what it's like to feel alone and isolate. I know all of those pains. I know your pains more than you might even know them, and I was in them for so long. I will never live that life. I will always be free. For the rest of my life, I have reprogrammed my subconscious mind to be free. My mindset will control my reality. I will find gains no matter what, and I will push myself You will push yourself, and now I'm done with my rants today, but I'm just telling you, man. I found a short last night. I found gains. And again, this is about the market, because last night I found gains because I had my mind right. If I had my mind in the dumps and I wasn't prepared, then I would have just went down the tubes with everybody else, turned off the candles and said, you know what, I'll come back in a month. This isn't worth it for me. But I made $3,000 last night. Like, I made double what I used to make in a week. You know, even more really, you know, by the grace of God. So, and it doesn't happen every night as perfectly as that. And I would have made $8,000 had I stayed in the trade, man. Thing was beautiful. But it's okay. I have to be grateful for what I did make. I could have went the other way. Bitcoin was dumping right when I sold it, so it looked like the market was going to take a beat down, you know? So beautiful head and shoulder pattern here. And let me show you too in the gain section for BTC. And I'm on one today. I really am. I worked out. I had one of the best. I get a good sleep, but I wake up a little, you know, today I woke up with just this amazing feeling of energy, this amazing feeling of greatness, this amazing feeling of gratitude. And I realized, man, that everything is aligned, man. There's good people in the space. There's good people in the space. But see, I saw this head and shoulder pattern. Looked like it was going to take us to the downside for sure. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. It just didn't look good. And lo and behold, Bitcoin did exactly what it was supposed to do. It's just amazing how it does what it's supposed to do. And when you lose the 200 MA and the point of control, down to the look, and that's your volume area low. See right there? Which usually would be a bounce. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a bit of a bounce here. But you might bounce for the retest. Now could we get the higher low? So you're really looking for a bounce, the retest. At this point, let me show you something. So you can already kind of pull a preemptive Fibonacci here, right? Just have it kind of in waiting, but we might bounce up, come back down to the 618, 786. So like we might money printer here, and then that could be the way out. I'd like to see the V-shaped recovery, the right shoulders, shoulder, head, right shoulder, and get us out of here. That looks more likely to me. I'm open-minded to both ideas there on the fib retracement. People forget how much of a fib trader I am, even though I don't mention it, because they're like, he's the Sammy Cup and Handy, you know, MA guy, but I'm always using my fibs. I incorporate Fibonacci into all aspects of trading. All right, so let's go look. So the daily looks like we could be getting a bounce. Not amazing. Let's get rid of all this nonsense now. So once this drop happens, I do see us headed to the 200 MA on the daily. It just looks very likely. If we don't go there, I'm almost be a little surprised. I would love a nice bounce. It shows that we could get some bullish encouragement there, but it doesn't, it's not like, I'm not like, oh yeah. So it tells me I wouldn't be surprised if we gap back down to this high volume node. We come back to 79 to 80K. It would be a good idea to have some limit orders down. I'd have limit orders from 65, 70, from 65 all the way to 80K, because we may get a wick down there, and those would be some great prices. Even if we dump all the way back to 40,000, I firmly believe then I would just accumulate for the next 2-3 years again and wait for the next big kind of rally for BTC. So I'm open-minded we could be headed into a bear market. I'm going to tell you why I firmly believe we're not in a bear market, and while I can confirm it, to be honest, with years of backtesting, is we're in a beautiful uptrend. But we'll get there later on. I'll and I say this every day, but I'll keep saying it, because there are some people that are saying, we could be, if we lose the daily 200 MA, that we're gonna be in a temporary bearish moments. But for me to be bearish, we'd have to close a daily candle below 53.5, because that would mean the trend. Like, we have to lose the trend. Like, the daily has to boom, and then we might go shoulder, head, then we might come up, and then we'll make other, and then that I would be bailing out somewhere around here. If I see us take this low out and we come up anywhere into the zone, I would be bailing out. Not a BTC. I'm not into selling Bitcoin. Maybe I'd sell a few swing ones though, to accumulate more possibly. So this is a possibility to me. Look at it. You could see that happen. It's a possibility. I'm open-minded to it. So if it happens already, if that happened, I've already seen it in my subconscious mind. I won't be as affected as the rest of the world. They'll be devastated. They'll be in max pain. And I'm not saying I won't be like, man, because it'll be crushing, but we'll probably make a lot of money in the shorts. People will probably join the trading group because they'll be like, wow, we're shorting. I learned how to short for the first time. Who here made some of their first shorts ever? Anyone? Anyone make? I know one of my young students has hit me up. He did. Who made some of their first shorts in the last week? Anybody? Anybody join the trading group or even just watch the live stream and you've made your first shorts? Put a 333 if you made some of your first shorts this week. You learned how to short, because that's what I'm looking for, people who are learning how to trade both ways. And if you're learning how to trade both ways, I'm doing my job. That's my attempt, is to get you to be versatile as a trader. If I can get you to switch, if I can get you to do it both ways, that's the key. And don't laugh, all right? I know. No Diddy, please. So here we are at 87.8. So we dumped all the way to 85 on spot, 367. Yeah, 85, 367. We bounced back up to 87 or to 88, 89. Actually, right, was the high. We bounced back to 89.4. Wow. Oh no. Yeah, no, it's the daily. Sorry. I'll get back into that. So can the daily bounce is the question. Right now, it looks like no. It looks like this will fill down and we'll go back to the 200 MA. So right now, the daily looks more bearish than bullish to me, unless it can close a daily candle above 88,850 bucks. So I'd like the daily close above 88,850. If not, that's a bearish close. Same with that 12-hour. Same here. The 4-hour kind of rolled over this morning. And yeah, that's your local resistance too. Have we wicked about it? You could even call it 89K, but the daily has some different. The daily will have different levels. So you can draw this trend line and you can say, okay, we're hanging out. But again, this idea is that we're in a, another bear flag there. And so that would be your next leg down. Of course, we're going to take a look at the BOOKMAP and see what BOOKMAP says. That would take us to 79,193 for BTC. And I know I've been ranting a bit more about psychological things, but I think it's just really key. I need it right now. When the market's down, I'm programming I made $3,000 last night and I realized it's because I've been listening to Jim Rohn and I program my subconscious mind. The market was getting in my head. It gets in all of our heads, and I was able to fight through. And when I woke up this morning and I made the money, I was like, man, see, Sam? I said, see, bro, when you stay on point, what happens, brother? I said, you got to focus, man. You can't let the world in. You got to keep pushing. And I heard my dad say, you got this, Sam. I built you tough. I built you strong. Your grandfather was a bricklayer. I was an iron worker 7 days a week, Sammy. No whining, my dad used to say. No whining. Nobody wants to hear you cry, man. Like, you know what I mean? No one wants to hear you whine, really. Hey, you could cry, but you could let it out, but no one wants to hear you whine. You know what I mean? You're on the job site, you tell everyone it's cold. My dad used to say that. The guy used to say it's cold. He goes, I know it's freaking cold. I know it's cold. He's like, I'm out here every day. We all know it's cold. Shut up and go to work. That's my dad, man. Bit of a double bottom there for Bitcoin. Somewhat of a higher low. It's an interesting shape, to say the least. A bit oversold in the 1-hour time frame. Could Bitcoin get the bounce, turn into some type of inverted head and shoulder here, and break on out? You never know. It was a pretty decent low there that got put in, and then the liquidation wick there that kind of cleaned up the sauce. So it looks more down than up. And when I attempt to make a pattern out of this is kind of what I'm looking for. And it does suggest we go somewhere down to 80 to 79,000. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP and see what's happening on BOOKMAP. And I've had it open since last night. But BOOKMAP does suggest we could go to 84. And then look, it does have the big old liquidity zone right at a little below my target for a wick. So my targets do have some backed up liquidity. I mean, it says that it does want to go down all the way to 78, 79K. Again, this is about, I'd say, 85% accurate. When there's more red below us, we go, what does this mean? This means because when people put a stop loss, you can see a stop loss, right? But if you don't put a stop loss, you have a liquidation level on the exchange. This can API and see liquidation levels on the exchange, and it can see, hey, if we go to 773, there's going to be a mass glob of liquidations. You can see the number, 994 Bitcoin, 256 Bitcoin. There's going to be a massive amounts of liquidations. There's going to be a massive liquidation at 85,000. So a lot of people just long this bottom thinking that they're awesome, and they longed 85.8. For me, I just buy spot right now, and then I trade intermittent short and long on the left. And then and if there's a coin here and there, and then I swing trade a coin that's hot. When Bitcoin dumps, we can see what last night Bitcoin dumped. It was like 5 or 6 coins that kept their flags and were in a flag. So if you see a coin that's in a flag when Bitcoin dumps, it's common sense that you should probably trade that flag, isn't it? So I created a common sense way, like a carpenter 2+2 way, to show traders in my trading group how to make some gains when the market's down. And so honestly, one of my favorite times, I know this sounds strange, and so what I did with KAITO is something I actually I've done many times before, even so it wasn't that much of a surprise. The market dumps. Bitcoin takes a massive red candle. You scan the market. I scan 1,000 coins. I find the 5 coins that didn't dump. It's pretty simple, man. It's like a chicken with the chicken with the long neck. Hello. There's like 5 coins sitting out there that, you know what I mean? So last night, I'm going to sleep. I'm studying for my trading group. You guys are paying your money to be in my group. I want to make sure you're not missing. I'm working my butt off as hard as I can to make sure nobody's missing in these hard times. And I see pie and a flag, and I'm telling you, that thing's about to boom. And I give you the trade, and I say, hey, that looks great. We talked about it many times. I see HEH in the flag, and I see KAITO in the flag. And I say, man, Bitcoin dumped, and these all 3 look great. So I don't know what to tell you, but I scan the entire market, and I look for the highest probability trades, and they're right there in front of me. Like, to me, what I do is very basic and common sense, but everyone thinks it's like the genius stuff. But I guess the simpler you are, the more genius things look, honestly, because there's genius in simplicity. Because a lot of people are running around like a chicken with their head cut off with a lot of complex ideas in their head, and they're not able to focus. See, I've learned that the richest people in the world just have focus. That's all. I studied all the richest billionaires and multimillionaires, famous artists, famous musicians, famous, ball players, famous, sports players. What did they all have in common? They did one thing very well, and they focused on it with all of their frequency and energy. I trade with all my life, frequency, and energy. I put all of my time and focus into one thing, trading. Everything else comes from that. All my whole life spawns from the one thing in which I put everything into. So I studied the most successful people in the world. I took that exact same blueprint and just took it to the highest level possible. Now you have to work out every day. Now you have to achieve consistency, and now you you can't get sick, you can't whine. Someone can die, you can't stop. You got to keep pushing no matter what happens in your life. You can't find excuses to go backwards. This 1 hour looks like we may be getting a bounce back to the top of the channel. Huge wick there on the 1 hour candle close does tell a story, doesn't it? So you would assume we could probably get back up to this 21-day moving average. And see how the moving averages are far apart? That's when I get out of a short. Bearish divergence when the 21 and the 200 are far apart. It tells me we could be getting a nice bounce here. Honestly, I remember this pattern now one time in my life. It's the shoulder, the head with the weird shoulder all the way to the side. I've seen it play out. I have seen it play out. I just got like this photographic subconscious mind relay, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember seeing that day. Now, what am I, so let's take a look. It almost looks like a backwards Adam and Eve. Like an Adam and Eve, just flipped the other way. So let's kind of go over the story. You have this beautiful bullish div, but you did liquidate below the divergence, which is a bit odd. That's I'll tell you what, that doesn't, you really want the divergence low to be the low. So that throws me off a bit. 15-minute doesn't look amazing at all. If anything, though, that is a bullish divvy. Very slight. Not really, though. It's not amazing. This is the line of the bigger, the giant falling wedge. So I want to move it so it doesn't confuse us right now. Look at that, a shoulder, head, right shoulder. I mean, resistance, double tops. Like, clearly, you have a very hard time getting back above 89,300. So 89K in general. So 89K is going to be a bit of a problem. Wow, this is a mess. So really, what it was a symmetrical triangle. You fell out. And look, you barely retested the trend line, in my humble opinion. And now you're kind of in limbo. Pretty weird, right? 15-minute looks like it's just going to roll over. It made a low, a high, and a lower high. You have to expect a lower low, correct? And you seem to have hit this, trend line. Bounce, bounce. See this diagonal trend line? Bounce, bounce. Resistance there. We call that like a bump and run to the upside. You bump and run. So it looks to me like a possible bump and run to the downside. We take that with us, and then we look at the 5-minute time frame. And that's in like a bit of a shoulder head. What a beautiful rip. And look, right to the 200 MA. You got to, taking profits at or on the 200 MAs are so key. They'll keep you in line using the 200 and the 21 on any given time frame once you know how to use them. Someone always says, on what time frame, Sam, do they work the best? Did I say they work the best on almost every time frame? But you just got to know how to use them and on what time frame to use them on. You see what I'm saying? Very crucial. 90,781 for Bitcoin. And today's a big day for crypto, man. I feel a washover today. Something big will happen today. I think crypto will change today. I think people will see a renaissance, an enlightenment, a rejuvenation, so to speak. I feel some freeing nature. After this dump, I feel kind of somewhat relieved. It's like every day I knew that dump was there, and I knew it was there, and I had to keep telling everyone and finally it dumped, and it finally was like, you know what I mean? Anyway, I felt a sense of relief after the dump. Yeah. I heard Trump will be also talking today as well. Shout out to anyone that took KAITO for massive gains, baby. And Sean, you could actually update the KAITO. I'll give you a new one. That thing is ripping. And look at this. I mean, this isn't a flag, too. It even defied like a bearish divvy. But this thing looks like it's going to blast to the upside and go for more. The target for Story. And again, I knew when this thing first came out, this thing just came out, it was at like $1.50 on MEXC. Crazy, right? There's money. On a wick, it already went to $9, which is absurd. When I saw it consolidate, when something whips up like that and then consolidates, you got to start realizing, because something like that should just pump and dump. Like people should be, oh my, and then it should come on down. And if you use the fibs from impulse to wick, I mean, it bounced on that 706 Fibonacci retracement. I love anywhere between the 786 and the golden pocket. And you could even just wait for it to bounce in the golden pocket. And hey, I tell everyone, you just buy the golden pocket 90% of the time. Or if you got, or 100% of your trades, you're only buying golden pockets. Like you never buy big green candles. You buy retracements. I mean, the odds are just going to be better off for you over time, that you're going to be in a lower risk entry position based off Fibonacci. And people have been studying this for years for you. They've already done the math for you. You just got to trust Fibonacci. You just got to trust the Fibonacci. Did you wash your belly button this morning? I hope you did. I know you didn't. Please do it tonight or tomorrow, or at least today at the end. Just kind of do a little, grab the Q-tip with a bit of rubbing alcohol and just dig in there, okay? Everyone's like, where did that come from? Did you wash your belly button today? It's one of the weird things that we say here on the channel. Did you wash your belly? Did you? I know you didn't. So that's why. So just, get in line next time, all right? I'm just, it's just something you can call somebody out on. Like now you call your friend out, you say next day you see your friend, be like, I know you didn't wash your belly button last time, man. Don't be disgusted, man. Like I can smell it from here, bro. Like, take care of yourself, man. Have some respect for yourself, right? And just say it straight face and like, yo, let me get some orange juice. But yo, you got anything in the fridge? Let me get one of those. Let me get a drink, man. Shout out to Patrick Dole, Sarasota, my man. Shout out to my Sarasodians, my peoples, bro. This looks like it's breaking out right now and going to continue to the upside. I'd like to give a better trade, low stochastic. But I mean, your target's 841. This thing is ripping. Story IP, man. I got pants on. You know what's weird, though? I put on whatever pants I could find. I put on the red pants from yesterday. It doesn't really match what I'm wearing because I was in a bit of a rush and I'm colorblind and I just grabbed whatever. So I am wearing pants, but I'm wearing the red pants, which are kind of like, but you know what? St. John's, baby. So that's why I'm wearing the red pants, man. I went to St. John's University in Queens, Jamaica, Queens, man. Yes, that's right. Home of 50 Cent. Home of gangster rap, baby. But, you know, Jamaica, Queens, man, where it all goes down. Jamaica Avenue, Southside Jamaica, baby. You don't even know. Where 50 got shot 9 times, man. But, you know, St. John's, bro. You go to St. John's, it's a real deal. 4 years in New York City for a Boston boy. It taught me a lot. A lot of stuff happened to me. I got chased by, I don't want to say, but, you know what I mean? I don't want to say it here, but someone did point something at me and chase me down the street. Crazy things happened to me, all right? I was in Roosevelt. You don't even want, in a place called White House, Roosevelt. It was, trust me. Anyway, shout out to St. John's University. They play today against Butler. If they win today, I believe they clinch the Big East Conference. First time in 20 years or something like that. Best record in 40 years for my alma mater, St. John's, baby. And we've been waiting for this. They play their home games at Madison Square Garden. They are a New York's team. I know you don't care. I'm going to get back into the charts, but God bless St. John's, man. I hope they win tonight. Let's go, baby. Let's go. God bless St. John's, man. I want to see them take it home. Rick Pitino, he used to coach for the Celtics. So I'm seeing a little bit of a flag here on the 5-minute time frame. This flag may break out. You're touching the 21 with low stochastics. That is my source. So we saw that the bigger time frames don't look amazing. That looks like a bearish retest. So if we are bearish, what will happen? Like, we'll kind of probably come up, make a bit of an M, and we'll dump here. If we're bullish, we'll get back above the 200 MA. We'll get back inside this pattern. We'll rip the shorts, a new one back to 90K. When people see the letter 9, people will be really happy. It'll give them some euphoria, you know, off the 8. So she's a beauty, that number 9. There's a chance we do still see 90K. So let's take a look here at this flag on the perpetual. That's all correct, yes. It's all well and good now. Okay. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. For all the newcomers just jumping on in, my name is Sam Price, Crypto Lifer. I've been trading world markets for a long time. I traded the New York Stock Exchange, the Toronto Stock Exchange. Then I started trading cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and the rest is history. Some say I got lucky. Right place, right time. I met the right people doing the right things. I don't know. You tell me. I found Ethereum when it was $9. Some guy on the street showed me coin market cap. Early, like mid 2016, something like that. Then I saw it go to $89. I felt I was late. I said, why didn't I get in on $9 when I was told to? He said I was one of the people that helped develop Ethereum. I saw Cardano with 2 cents, watching Crypto Love. Shout out to Crypto Love. It's been a long time. I should do something with Crypto Love, man. Been a long time since I've seen Randy out there. God bless all the beautiful people in the live. God bless all the people here on the stream. Thank you for coming on in. Please hit that like button on your way. I'd greatly appreciate it. It ups the ante to the stream. It brings more beautiful people like yourself into the stream and helps us connect to a tribe of people that really has a high frequency. The algorithm is amazing. Thank you, Google, for the beautiful algorithm, because I've met a lot of people through the algorithm. And I have to be honest, it has enriched my life. As much as I don't want to say AI has led me, I mean, it's done, you know, creepy, right? But when you move with the internet moves with you. So if this loses the 21, this will will start to drop. But I do like this low stochastics idea here inside the flag. And it is Tuesday, my favorite day to trade. We have reversed after a move. It's not false move Monday anymore. 90,856 could be the target. And then we'll go to 86,911. Now, we already won today on the short. Nice 50% gain. Don't want to risk too much there. Let's see what we can get. It's a 6-to-1 risk-reward ratio if it goes to the target, which is a bit outlandish there. But 164 for 951 would be awesome. 180 for 933. I'll take it. Let me think for a second. Do I even have time? Do I have time to think, D? Interesting. 1 hour looks sketchy, but it is hugging the... If the 1 hour loses that 200 MA, we're done ski. The trade's a wrap ski. Huh. So there's some high risk to the trade. I may bring down the risk. Like I could risk 79 for 397. 157 for 798. 152 for 800. I'll take it. I think that's a good risk to reward. If I do that 10 times and I lose it 7 times, I lose 1,050, right? Because I lose 150 times 7. But if I win 3 of these, I win 2,400. You see what I'm saying? So I'll be up 400 more, up almost $1,400, and I just got to win this 3 out of 10 times. So if you see me lose it 5 times, no worries. I'll just keep trucking along. It is Tuesday, low stochastic. A bit of a model here. We're above the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame. If the 1 minute loses the 200, though, it's a wrap. It's going to take my trade down, and I know that already. So I know what's going to happen, and I know how I could lose, and I got a stop loss in case it doesn't go my way. And I'm in it, you know. I'm committed to the trade. We'll see what happens. Oh wait, what? I don't think I'm in the trade yet, right? No, I am. Where's my stop loss? Whoa! What happened there? It didn't get put in for some reason. I could, you know, I'm almost lazy. It's at the same place, so I could just close the long. It was up actually, right? But I'm just lazy. It should be perfect. It always should put it in there for you. Make sure you click this at the last second. There we go. It should have put the stop loss and the take profit in there. That's weird. It didn't do it. See, it didn't do it again. It glitched out. Anyway, I'll put it in right now. 86,911, and the take profit would be 90,856. And you can see 145 for 810 now on the play, right? Bang. I think it's glitching. Hold on 1 second. I use like so many things, so I have like too many programs open at one time. But usually I'm good. There it is. We're all set. Just refresh the page over there. That's actually never in my life. I've never not seen my stop, so I want to make sure we're good to go. All right, so we're here. There's the trade. You can see it, and you can move your stop loss up or down pretty nicely. Move your take profit nice and up and down. This is MEXC. I'm trading on MEXC. I like it. It's seamless. It has the least amount of fees of any single futures trading platform in the game, up to 0% too, and then you can get half off if you hold the MEXC token. And so I just love MEXC for the reason why they don't take all your money for trading. You know, it's, you know, again, less commissions, but it's an it's an honest living. So God, you know, touch of the 21-day moving average, oversold stochastics. But still, right? We could lose the 200 MA on the 1 minute and then just be gone. And so that's just like that. That's bearish sheet. So I know it's high risk. Even just that makes me want to just be done. They could be wicking us down though, and then rip it back up again. There's less people in the market today. But man, the 1 minute did not agree. You see? I'll go up there. Again, we hit a massive trade in the trading group already. I don't have anything to prove if I do lose this trade. It is what it is. You're going to lose trades if you battle like I do. Just about managing risk every single time. Knowing what you're willing to risk, why you're doing it, and just, you know, that looks like they're going to take me. And I knew that had to bounce, man. The 200 could not lose there on the 1 minute. Yeah, that's a wrap. That is a wrap. So look at that. I'm going to have to flash close it. It's like I had 2 trades open at the same time. You see, it's like, anyway. Dang you. So we lost the sauce there. And again, it did look like a bearish retest, right? And the bigger time frames don't look amazing. So is there a short to be had here? I mean, technically the head short. Technically now the head short is to get in with the stop on the other side of the 200 MA or above the point of control. And then just hug out. And if this thing decides it's going to rip, it's going to be a bearish move here like this. That's the move down the flag. Let me open this up. Bang. So you have to be bearish. Like, the momentum is to the downside. You can't just ought to be like, no, we're going to flip because Bitcoin's awesome today. All right. I took the bearish. That would how the call I just took was how we would reverse bullishly. Like, if that had broken out, that would have been it. If that doesn't happen, you kind of have to give up. So, and I'm very, very, I'm kind of like a bearish barbarian. Like, I'll go at it a little too much at the last second, but that's okay. Hi, Sam. It's Wednesday, baby. Wednesday. Oh, wow. It's Wednesday. See, I'm losing the days. I'm losing my mind. I thought it was Tuesday. They're liquidating my brain, man. And again, remember, I made $3,000 overnight. So if I lose $150, so be it. I'm not stressed. And I already won a short earlier today. It's a bearish retest. Couldn't get above the 200 MA, and then the 1 minute lost to 200. No love for the weary. When falling wedges break out, they break out the base. Just like that, you see? And they drop very fast. It's like a descending triangle. I kind of can't. The 1 minute didn't look good. It had head and shoulders. The 1 minute looked like it was going to drop us. But I was like, yeah, can you bounce for me 1 minute? Could you? I've seen it happen. It could have done it. It didn't. All right. So it is what it is. Dang, man. When I see lifers start to lose, I know it's beat time. I don't know what that means, but anyway. SEI, XCN, and ENA, BTC. What do you mean, man? Everybody's going to lose. Like, it doesn't make it, you don't make any sense. Let's take a look at SEI. I love losing, to be honest, because all my losses turned into big wins for me. Every time I've been down and out, I found a way to move up. If I was always up, I would never have any strength to find the way to get out of my darkest hole. So, like, every time I hit a low, like right now, I just lost on stream. Great. That's good for me. It's good. It humbles me. If there's jealous people out there, it might make them a little less jealous of me for a moment. Might fend off. You know what I mean? There's always something there's always a positive out of everything. You know? It shows people that I'm human. Might make me look more vulnerable, which is just, it's better off for my brand. I'm just being honest. Like, these are, like, you got to be open-minded to life and realize that there's a positive lining to every single thing in your life. If I won every single trade, I'd be a liar. You know what I'm saying? And so it's good to lose in front of the populace so people don't think you're, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. Like, see these people out here, these charlatans. So, SEI, someone asked about SEI, right? SEI is in a nice little flag there. Look at it above the 200 MA and looking like it's starting to get a move on. A lot of the altcoins have bottomed out. So Bitcoin was in this Adam and Eve. The altcoins took off out of it. Bitcoin took off down out of it. So altcoins went opposite, man. They did. And people decided, hey, I'm going to buy these low prices. And then when Bitcoin got a bit of a move, this looks bullish to me. So I think you're onto something with SEI. And I own this long term, but I still might swing trade it yet as well. I just believe Sol, SEI, and SEI are going to have their day, man. They're fast-moving chains that are going to be moving at the speed of light. Once people realize how fast things are, it's going to create a movement. I'd have an alert on this on SEI for sure. Alerts on SEI because, and again, alerts tell you what to pay attention to for that moment. You know, alerts on Pi, alerts on SEI, alerts. I don't put alerts on coins that I don't think they're going to move. Right? I don't put a lot of alerts recently. Only the coins that look really, really scrumptious to me. And again, we go through a lot of the stuff on the live stream, and then I post it so you can have access to it and remember it and use it to your advantage. Best team since the Felipe Lopez, Ron Artest days. It really is, man. They look unbelievable, bro. Shout out to Card Cave Central, man. God bless you, man. I love to see someone who knows the Johnny stuff, you know. So let's take a look at XEN at 1.5 cents. Back to that 786 Fibonacci retracement. One of the hottest coins in the game. And it had that big rippage. Again, it could easily dump. Market could slump. But that's definitely a DCA area for me when price comes right back down towards this. Anywhere between the 618 and the 786. So for me, I bought a little bit in these dumps. I'm holding some. I'll see what happens. I like this oversold. I like what I'm seeing. It also has hidden bullish divergence. And so whenever I see hidden bullish, oversold stochastic, and we're near the 618, 786, it tells me that it's definitely nibble time. You're not buying the top. You're not buying the top. I'll tell you, every single time I used the Fear and Greed Index and I bought the 21s, it was never a bad idea. Every time I bought Bitcoin down from 15 to 21, it was one of the best decisions of my life. Anytime I sold some altcoins or positions when we were above 89, in between like 85 and 90, it was the best, some of the best. This is a great indicator. I use this with the stochastics RSI. When this thing, I mean, with the fear and greed index and Bitcoin at 85,000, it's pretty awesome if you think about it. Pretty high prices to be in extreme fear. I mean, that's a really positive way to look at it. So look, we lost the 200 MA on the 1 minute. We were gone, baby, gone. That's a short. That's a short. And we talked about it, right? We said, what's the next thing to do is to switch short on Bitcoin. We even had the short drawn out, right? Did I draw it out on MEXC? Or did I draw it out on, I'm trying to see where I draw it out on. Something weird there. Let me see. And again, knowing when to cut off a trade is key. Like a lot of people will sit in that trade that I have and they'll just keep, oh no, it's gonna, then they'll cross leverage themselves. They'll take the trade that I just opened and they'll actually get liquidated. They'll loosen a whole account on that trade that I just showed you. They won't just be able to cut the trade off and move on. They don't know how to statistically trade. They haven't traded enough. So every time they're in a trade, they're afraid that if they cut that trade off, so they hold on to every trade way too long because they don't think they could win, you know. Look, so that was a bearish retest to me of the bear flag. Yeah, so there was the short right there, and the entry would have been like 87,000. I mean, it's already in the money. Look at that. It's already in the money nicely. And a day like today, I might even move that stop loss to break even super fast. Now you can just sit there. So look, we just kind of went over a hypothetical entry, but it would have been right there. Boom. Bring the stop loss to break even now. And now if this thing just floats down, you got a free position that you can't lose any money on. The key is to constantly get to break even as much as you can. It feels more comfortable, and then you get hit less and less, and you realize, because before you do it, you think you get hit every time, because every time you do it, you get hit, so you don't do it. The more you do it, the more you realize it doesn't happen every time, and the more you realize it might work pretty well. So dumpage here for Bitcoin. Let's see. I'm just going to go to another chart, see if I can see something different, like the BTC.D chart on Coinbase. Just, you know, I just want to. You get really zoomed out. You can't see anything. Yeah, I just don't see how we don't go to this 200 MA on the daily on the daily there. Like that was just a little false move this morning to induce the shorts again. I mean, yeah, induce the longs again and wreck. So we dumped out the flag, decided to bounce at 85.5 psychological, and then came to the retest. Couldn't get back above the 200 MA on the 5. Look how we got rejected by the 200 MA on the 5. Boom, lost the 1 minute 200 MA, which told you Bear City, and then we fell. Can you make some type of symmetrical triangle here? And that will end up being a bit of a symmetrical, right? And we'll figure out where we're going to go from there. Measured move will take you to the double bottom at 85. The breakout gets you back above 89.9, which is like where the daily needs to get above. So like, here we are, right? Pull a Fibonacci here. Some people are going to trade that fib right there, that 618 fib. Attempt to get the bounce. They're going to say, yeah, bounce in 786 Fibonacci bounce retracement. That's not my sauce. My sauce is the 200 MA. That's why I took my trade. So we'll see. So now what we want to see is we want to see a bounce off Bitcoin off the 618. And this could almost be a shoulder head. It could be like a rounded V-shaped recovery out of here. There's a chance. So that's what I see happening. And again, sketchy moments after massive liquidations. The market will be a little sketchy to trade. I got hit off, so there you have it. Yeah. Thankfully, my spot bags are fat and juicy and not going to sell. Amen. God bless you, brother. Let's take a look at ENA, BTC. Yeah. Let's look at ENA, BTC. Yeah, my life got so much better when I stopped reading every word in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, I thank God for me to run the show. I can't look at the chat all the time anyway, like I used to. I got just more super chats, more asks, more people, more ideas, more things to cover, more things to discuss, right? I like ENA. I own the project. It's good DeFi. This is ENA for BTC, right? I mean, it's beat up just like ENA is. So if Bitcoin rips back up, ENA will rip back up. And it looks like I don't know if it's going to beat too much up on Bitcoin, but it definitely double bottom. It could be at the bottom against Bitcoin, right? Like this could be the lowest it gets against Bitcoin. A lot of coins are like done. They're like, hey, we're going to start ripping again. So I think what your point you're trying to make is really good. You're saying, hey, it looks like this thing could moon. And it looks like it's bottomed against Bitcoin. And I believe you're correct. You know, based on the technical analysis, it looks pretty spot on. Wow, man, this thing was gone, baby, gone. Look at the size of that daily candle. And one of the biggest trades in the group recently in such a fast amount of time. And it hit the target. There you go. 44% gains to the target. How do I get these targets? You just take the measured move. This had a measured move and that thing ripped to the upside like you wouldn't believe. And now look, it's above this like kind of, you know, wow. Let's take a look here. Someone said 5-minute alert. Yeah, it's attempting to flag out again here on the 5-minute time frame. And honestly, that thing looks like it's going to moon. And moon again. That's a fat gain possibly coming. A 20% gain coming possibly out of KAITO right now. It looks like, I mean, the stochastics, that thing looks like it could moon. It's like the old times, man. We used to see coins ripping on the live stream. And again, and another good thing about when the market's down and a coin's hot is everyone's focused on this coin. There's a lot of volume on it because it's the hottest one. So everybody trades the hottest one. And so it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. More volume, more volume, more volume. Like it just keeps... So the odds of this going up are likely based off the scenario we're in. Again, it could easily double top and dump. You know, you could end up being exit liquidity. Just always be careful. Have a stop loss and know that not every trade's guaranteed. But there's you know, you got it. Don't forget, it's time to vote for your Jupe governance. Time to vote for your Jupe governance. All right. And don't put it aside. Always remember, it's time to vote for your Jupe governance. Let's take a look here. Cast your vote. It's been 3 months since we had a vote. Since then, we haven't seen a major dupe distribution. Yeah, right before. Yes, update the new logo to castable theme logo. No, maintain the existing logo and revisit this later. What are you doing, Stas? Are you voting yes? I think it'd be cool. I think it's always good to innovate and change. We got to look at what it looks like, though. To adopt the new theme, the cat theme logo. Yes. Yeah, why not? Why not? You know what I mean? Everyone can do a circle. That's different. I'll go for it. I'm going to vote yes. I'm going to vote yes. All right. I'm voting on my Jupe governance, baby. And that's the beauty of being in a community. Bit of an inverted head and shoulder there on the 1-minute time frame. Am I wrong? And there's your cup and handle yet again for Bitcoin. And again, it's a repeat. It's a repetitive algorithm. Can't you see? By coming to this live stream over and over again, there's the cup and handle. This is why me and Master Friend are basically the same person, just in different suits, man. I'm Frog, he's Toad, or he's Toad, I'm Frog. No, I'm Frog. No, he's Toad. Yeah, he's Frog, I'm Toad. You ever see The Adventures of Frog and Toad, man? That's us, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up on that stuff, man. Frog and Toad, dude. What you know about Frog and Toad, you don't even know. It was actually one of my favorite books as a kid. It reminds me of my mother. I may break down. Frog and Toad and Friends. Yo, and Friends, yo. It says in Friends, man. It was predicted from the start. It's been predicted from the start. Look at, as I said that candle just bangs on you to the upside, right? I mean, it's a shoulder, a head, or right shoulder. Cup and handle. Let's go. I'll get my win later today if I see it. If we get above the 2, I'll play my pattern. I went at my model. The model didn't play out. That's okay. If you get stopped out at your model, everybody, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Stay strong. Keep pushing. I like to see this flag get back to that Tutoring. That would be a place where if you were in a sharp, crazy flash scalp to take some profito. I hope you're learning a lot today. Let's take a look. KAITO looks like it's going to move to the upside right here and now. I could be wrong. I don't own any right now. I kind of want to jump on in. If I jump on in, I guess I'd do it live in front of you guys because that's how it would have to be. Right on spot. On the spot. On spot. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you for being here and being awesome. All right, one thing we're going to look at. Fed watch tool coming at us too. That's in 21 days we get a Fed, and it doesn't look like they're going to cut the rates when we look at the CME. Also, we got to be prepared for tomorrow. Tomorrow, it is Wednesday. Wow. Tomorrow, big day tomorrow, we have Forex Factory, right? We got CME stuff to pay attention to. So that's another thing that we got to pay attention. I don't know what I did. I just cut the music off right there. All right, there's another coin on my radar that I wanted to talk about, and it's XTER, right? It just keeps coming up on my radar. And whenever that happens, it's like, hey, Sam, man. Hey, Sam, man. Hey, Sam. Does anybody like XTER? Are you deep into XTER? Is it something that you're heavily looking at? Do you like it? Let me know. I just want to hear your thoughts on XTER. Does anybody not know anything about it? Am I the only guy really looking at it? Let me know. I'd love to find out your thoughts on XTER and kind of have a little group meeting. But we're having a Fed watch 21 days. All right. Fed's going to do it. Likely not to cut rates at all or do anything. Total market cap in all of cryptocurrency, the altcoins, I mean, they're bouncing off that daily 200 MA. If they lose the daily 200 MA, we're going to go into max pain. But a lot of resistance right there, too. The previous resistance becomes support. I mean, that's huge. It's also the weekly support. When you come to weekly support, it's very, very strong. That would tell me to buy a lot of altcoins right there off weekly support. Again, I did not panic sell Solana, even though it was below some key levels, even though it looks like it may go lower. I'm in there for huge chunks. I was up 200 grand at one point. It has not been easy. This has been the most challenging. But look, I mean, I'm getting some hidden bullish divvy as this is starting to come down. I'm oversold. I mean, I'm at the 6. This is my model. I've traded this so many times in my life and it's played out. So many times in my life and it's played out. There may be a wick, there may be a little more max pain, but this is telling me that there's going to be a bounce here. If not fun, it'll be one of the few times in my life it didn't bounce. It'll be 1 out of like 100, but this normally, I've played this exact model on so many coins in my life, so many times. Hidden bull, oversold stochastic, near the 618, previous support as resistance on the weekly for altcoins. So this tells me that altcoins will likely get a bit of a bounce. Just kind of save the day here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Is that playing ball for us? Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. We look at it on the daily, oversold in the daily. And you can see the tightness here too, and getting all the way back to 66.3. Oversold and pushing up. We take a look at the 4-hour time frame, above the 200 MA too. And Bitcoin dominance actually, and then it has that head and shoulder there too, and so it just dropped pretty drastically, which gave altcoins, you can see it gave altcoins a bit of a run. Here's the deal, man. If we see Bitcoin dominance lose the 200 MA in the 4-hour time frame, we can get a little bit of an altcoin relief rally. Looks more like we're going to get a bounce here for Bitcoin get tight. And if Bitcoin takes the next drop down, and US tether dominance is going to be the key right now. If tether dominance looks like it could drop, Bitcoin will have bottomed at 85.5. If tether dominance right now looks like it's going to pump, it's likely we have that next leg down to 80 And let's take a look, everybody. Drum roll, please. Let's see what happens here. Look, that flopped over. Right? Didn't get to the 200 MA. Sketchy. It's looking like a false move Monday right now. Let me duplicate this because I want it all, baby. Let's take a look at U.S. Tether dominance right now. This is going to be our key, everybody. U.S. Tether dominance. If this looks like it's going to pump hard on like the 1 hour, the daily, then we may be in for a nasty. So remember when we looked at this and I said there's probably Bitcoin's going to drop because this was in a bull flag and Bitcoin was in a bear flag. It's another way you can figure out what's going to happen. Flip this upside down. I mean, if it looks just like Bitcoin, right? Now, it crossed the 200 MA. That's a bullish sign. That means people are tethering up. Now, really? Like, did you really want to be connected to the DXY right now? Like, anyway, let's take a big picture look at this and really break it down. Because it did break out the flag. You know, we wanted to see shoulder, head, right shoulder. Now, the weekly's still below the 200 MA, which is a bearish sign. But it kind of double bottomed here, too. Very similar to how Bitcoin double top, right? And it has a major resistance. If it breaks that resistance, that's no good, right? That's going to be trouble in paradise for BTC. So it's weird. Like, I still get some mixed signals, but you got to look at what the market tells you, not what you're thinking or believing. I mean, that's a double bottom on Tether dominance. That says Tether dominance is going to rip, which tells me that if all coins could... interesting. So we really need a resistance here and a drop down. So we got to watch this very closely. The weekly, you do not want to see Tether dominance close a weekly candle above 5.05. Like, that's no good. I'm going to put a line right here, and I'm going to put an alert on that. Like, if I get an alert on Tether dominance up there, I think I can put an alert on dominance. Yeah. Man, yikes. Yikes. So not what I was looking to see. Let's take a look at the 3-day. 3-day a little overbought too, and it broke out the flag. And the 3-day candle still below the 200 MA. Like, you really need it. This hits this level and then drops down. It basically saves alt season and it saves Bitcoin. This comes up here and rips. I mean, we're in trouble. That means something's going on. Black swan, something going on. And that means the DXY is pumping, the stock market's dumping. You know what I'm saying? Like, for that to happen, it feels like everything's going to have to take it's going to be max pain. It's setting up for possibilities here, and it's going to be able to tell us pretty soon. Like, the 3-day candle closes above it, then we know, like, I mean, that's confirmation now that we're not dumping. It won't happen. It will happen slowly in front of you on the bigger time frames. That's what's crazy. The big time frames are slow-mo. They happen right in front of you. It's like it happens right then, and you're like, wait, how did that just happen? It's like you knew it, you saw it, and then it happened, and then it was gone. And you're like, and you were planning on it the whole time. Trading is very strange. It's like, it's all over. It can happen so fast in your mind. Like, I've seen it all, man. Not at all, but I've seen a lot. Again, I haven't seen it all, but I've seen a good deal. Now, I wouldn't chase KAITO just because I want to, but I just can't. But it looks like it can move, man. Wow, I had 20 racks in there, I would have made 44. I had 20 racks at 177 last night. So I get in for 20 grand at 177. And when I woke up right in the morning, I saw myself up and the market was sketchy. And I was like, I left it open. I left my computer on and went to sleep with the trade open. So right when I woke up, I'd walk into my trading room and just see it. And my plan was to take if I was up to take it. And I was up and it was doing this funky, you know what I mean? It could have gone either way. It looked like a diamond to me, honestly. It really was a diamond. And, you know, a diamond says you go in the bottom, you come down the bottom, and it was getting sketchy. And then Bitcoin started dumping. It was looking weird, right? And so, but bang, man, I would have made 40% off 20K. But it's okay, Sam. It's just 4,000. Would have changed your whole life? No. So there you go. Be super happy you made 3 grand and move on. And I show my win, you know, I show it to my group. I don't like, you know, just so you know, if I made, you know, I'm not trying to be, it was 3,166. 3,166 and 26 cents. And 26 cents. So KAITO, can it get to 294? That would be the target out this flag. You know, what I could do is do like 600 for 2,400 on lev or something. And if I lose, you know, I'm still up $2,400. And if I win again, I make another 2 racks. That's like, I like to do that. Like when I make a big trade, I can take 20% of that risk to put it to make 50% more of the trade that I'm already made, you know, or just leave it alone. It depends. How risky do you want to be, Sam? You know, but there's always these, you know, you have, the more skills you have, the more creative ideas you can to trade with. KAITO does look nice. I kind of want to get in even spot again, or just put the $3,000 spot, take another 20%, make $500. Just put what I'm, you know, that way I put what I already made. That would be the least, that would be the most humble way to play it. So we know that the key to this world is tether dominance. We don't want to see this thing moon. We got alerts on it. I'll keep my entire trading group on it. We'll go over tonight, tomorrow. I'll include it in the update tonight. Very important we look at it. What is this MILLE coin? Does anyone know what this thing is? I don't know what it is. But look, see how it's like in a beautiful flag and it's breaking out on the 3-day? And it's curving. It just I mean, that tells me it's good. Whenever I see something touching a 21 with curving stochastics in consolidation near a high volume node, my brain goes win, 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 likely to win, you know? Like this BNX thing looks good too. Binary X. I actually traded this back in the day. I think it is a binary trading platform, right? For Bitcoin. It just looks more bullish compared to the rest of the market. It just ripped from 94 all the way back to 127. So, like, there's money out here. It's an interesting time. Look at Bitcoin ripping. So that flag did play out. It's about to hit the target, and then it could cross the 200 MA for BTC. Olga, you nasty. BTC always reminds me of that. And I actually do this falling wedge idea where it's like it fell out of the wedge, but it's back inside now. And I could just break out and rip back to the upside. That's why it's good to kind of separate what you're doing with your trades too. So now I'm back to watching this. This breaks the 200 MA. I mean, that's a signal for me, especially when the 21's creeping around. So now we definitely have an upper trend line attempting to hold us down. We got a downward trend line. And I mean, this is where we stand. Let the charts be your guide. Stop trying to tell yourself what's going to happen. Let the charts tell you what's going to happen. You still might be wrong. Look, I lost a trade today. I knew I was being a little risky, though. I thought it was Tuesday. In my defense. Nah, I lost fair and square. It was what it was. I wish you would watch my wins, but again, like I would flip it the other way, like lose the trade this morning, win the trade today. But it's all good, man. You can't win them all, Sammy. So that's a symmetrical triangle that is, these mainly dump. So the odds are that this will get tight and then it will dump down to 84, right? BOOKMAP also suggests that you go lower. That's where all the liquidity is. It's further to the downside. Let's take a look at the fan funding right now and see what's happening in the comment section here for Bitcoin. We got super chats, ENA, BTC. We took a look at all that. Thank you. All right, thank you. Nah, that flag was hot. It was just above vase. God bless you, man. You're such a good friend, master friend. You're always behind me, man. I could lose 10 times. You're like, it's not your fault, Sammy. It was the market. Nah, I love you, master friend. You're a good guy, man. May God bless you. You've been there for me, man. The last few weeks have been tough. For whatever reasons. And not even for trading, just... And I'm not going to mention it anymore. It's my own struggle. It's my own pain. Man, AERO still holding gains, but come on, man. 64, really? So AERO, at this point, like, markets are just kind of, they're down now. Whoever sold at this point. If you know, now it's just like whoever's willing to hold or find out where we go now at this point. The bounce will be epic if there is a bounce, so I'm sitting pretty, man. And we told you Pi was going to rip. It was the hottest thing making flags. There goes the 294, just as suggested. And it goes past the target. Pi, baby, Pi. 88% gains now if you took the trade. 88% gains on Pi. And again, I'm not even a really good fan of the project. I just in and out, scalp it out, moveon.com. You know what I'm saying? And it's on MEXC, man. MEXC had spot and futures. Like, they don't play. Like, they don't play. I even think at one point it was like free to trade on fees. So every once in a while they have like 0 fees on coins too. Like, they do a lot of cool stuff, man. No one else is doing. You got to check out MEXC, man. Link in the description and in the pinned comment above here, right? And if it doesn't work for you, not in your area, Weeks is basically your second best to MEXC. Similar team, similar type of people, similar setup. Fees are a little more, but less comparatively to the rest of the market. Check out Weeks, weeks.com. All right. Bitcoin's granny is about to get a drop kick. Ooh, what does that mean? Sam wins every trade. The market is wrong 30% of the time. I know, right? 100%, Jamie. You tell him. You and Master Printer, the Batman and Robin, the dynamic duo. Everybody needs a buddy, man. Masses find a way to sell at the worst possible price. Sammy, can we look at Maker? Maker looks interesting. I talked about it to the trading group yesterday. Said it's hot compared to the rest of the market. Look, if KAITO is going to continue, or Pi and KAITO are almost like the... But if Pi's going to continue, it's going to flag just like this, you see? And go on its next leg up. Using the stochastics. Or it's going to melt. And get a sell-off. It's been very bullish. You would assume that the trend's your friend until it's not. So you assume the trend keeps going until at one point it doesn't. So it looks like you'll see this thing at 385. And we took a look at AERO. We did take a look at AERO. All right. Doesn't the 1 hour chart look like an inverted Adam and Eve pattern? Yes, we talked about that, but with the Adam on the right side. Yeah. Lifer and Frenner, awesome combo to learn from. Thank you. God bless. Look at that, though. That thing just got annihilated. Look at that. Here's some... you look down. I didn't look down. There's some bearish div on when the RSI flattens out and price gets high. So now, look, delete everything. Look at a bigger time frame. Daily. 8 hour, 4 hour. You need like the 1 hour. Yeah, I mean, you're pretty far away from the 21-day moving average. So if you are going to pump, so you got to look, and again, this is my twisted sister. Pull your Fibonacci, and you patiently wait. And then you could watch a small time frame to see if there's a flag there, and you might miss out on a small flag if you don't check it, but that's likely what's going to happen. You got to interact with the 21 day. So now I sell when I'm away for the 21. It's a very simple way to trade. Like, stop freaking out. You buy when you're on the 21. You sell when you're away from the 21. And we get back in when we're near the 21 again. Stop being in fear. Stop thinking every time you sell, you're never going to be able to get back in again. Stop telling yourself negative stuff. Stop repeating negative stuff to yourself over and over again. It's not going to help you. It's not going to get you where you need to go. All right. Yesterday, you said 60. I never said 67K was likely. I said I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. I say it every single day on the stream. I'm going to say it again today. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I believe over time, they're going to print money to zero. I've studied the history of money. All right. And so the history of money tells me that every single fiat currency throughout time will get printed to zero, including the US dollar, no matter how much I love it. The purchasing power during the 20th century, look, the Spanish-American War, 25, it just keeps going down. Right? And it says that the average lifespan of a fiat is 35 years. So I know based off history that Bitcoin's likely going to continue to go up in value. Now, day by day, so I buy it because I know that over time I'm going to win. Now, day by day, are we going to go to 67? Are we going to go to 90? I don't make that arrange. I don't tell you guys that. I have no idea where we're going to go. I know if the daily can close back above 89,000 or even 88.5, we have a better chance of going up. And I know that if we end up losing 85.5, that we'll probably drop further down to 82K. Then I'll go from there tomorrow. Then tonight I'll do an update. I do an update every 5 to 6 hours. Like, I try to show this to you guys. Let me explain. This is going to take like 4 minutes of explanation. Why am I pretty accurate, or why do people come to this channel? Why does this channel keep growing when a lot of other channels aren't? Just ask yourself the question. There's a reason. Bitcoin is on the daily right here, let's just say. And here's your daily 200 MA. Oh, actually, let's go. Bitcoin's on the 4 hour. This is the 4 hour time frame. And here's your 200 MA right here. And Bitcoin loses it. I know that we're now bearish, and I stick to that idea. Now, we could flip and get back above it, and then I'll flip bullish again, and then we'll find flags. The second we're below it, I'm like, we're bearish now, everyone. And then we find bear flags on the 1 hour, on the 1 minute, and then we lose the 1 minute 200 MA, and then boom, 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 boom. Now I see the daily 200 waiting, and it's likely we come down and meet it. Okay? But what if we bounce back up and get above the 1 hour 200 MA first, and then start to rip? All this will happen between a 4 and a 6 hour period, and I never take more than 4 to 6 hours off of time. So because I always watch price action and I don't take a day off, I'm going to be one of the first people to see Bitcoin cross the 1 hour 200 MA. So then I'm going to be one of the first people to show you and look for a bear flag on the 5 minute. And then if it dumps, I'm going to be one of the first people to show you the dump, and then we're going to get to the daily 200. If we get back above the 1 hour and then form a flag, I'm going to be one of the first people to show you that. And then that probably is going to take us back to the 4 hour 200. If we break the 4 hour 200, I'm going to be one of the first people to see that, and then we're going to go up. Because I can see the moving averages in conjunction with time, and I don't take time off, you're always going to get a pretty good accurate saying of what's going to happen to price action, because this is how I trade. I figured out a scientific way not to be too wrong, man, and it makes sense. It's mathematical, because we can't do these things without the things happening. And if I watch it like a hawk, again, you do have to sacrifice your life and watch it like a hawk. That's not too fun. A lot of people would automate it, use AI. I'm out of my mind. But I want to be remembered for what I did in TA. I want to put my all into it. I want to find things in technical analysis that most people never even knew existed. I want to live in a world that's so deep and concise that, so like when people tell me this is what you said yesterday, and you know, you claimed this and you said it was up and down, it's like they don't watch me enough. They don't know what I'm teaching them. They haven't paid attention, and you know what? It's okay. Today I have so much forgiveness for the naive trader and for the beginner, and for someone who's just lost in their mind and doesn't understand me. I don't expect everybody here to understand me. If everyone did understand me, the world would be a really perfect place, and we know it's not. Not everybody understands everybody. So there's no way 100% of the people watching me are going to understand me today. But what I can do is teach the people that I can teach. I can get to positive people that want to stay positive. I can't focus on the negative trolls, right? And I can help the people that want to be helped. If I do that, then I did my job. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing more I can do. I can work out every day. I can get my mind right. I can put my best foot forward. And I can do everything I can to be positive. After that, it's up to the world and what happens, right? It is what it is. Sam, please explain why alls are pumping. There's no explanation. The charts are telling me they're going to pump. So I watch the charts. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, again, there's no explanation. Everyone wants like a theoretical, they want a literary journal about why we're going a certain way. These mainly break down. We've been seeing it over and over again. Some would say it's kind of a shoulder, head and a right shoulder. I'll give that to you, kinda. But this is a symmetrical triangle, and these are mainly dumping. I just like to click. I don't need that line. There you go. We break up, we go all the way to 89.9. We break down, we go to 84.4. Sounds right. Or 89.8. These 90% of the time break to the downside. So you got to assume this is going to dump. But only time will tell. So probability tells you to put a stop above the 200 MA and let this thing carry you lower, right? It's kind of the same pattern we had the other day where we had the half a head and shoulder. It was just a half and it dumped. Remember, it was up here. Like, I mean, yeah, right. Oh, I remember that. Still remember. That was so vicious. It was more apparent on the 4 hour time frame. You can even see like shoulder. You can just see all the head and shoulder patterns. The bear flags. They gave you that bear flag yesterday. You would have to assume you're going to be dumping to the downside. Again, I'm not a magician. I don't know where price is going. I'm just telling you that this is a symmetrical triangle, and most of the time it dumps to the downside. You could open a short and this thing could rip in your face and you could blame me. All right. Can you look at ZEUS on the 3-day time frame? Yeah, we'll take a look for you. Let's take a look at ZEUS on the 3-day. Says Mikos Siraki. Shout out to the awesome people here that support me every single day on the stream. May God bless you and your family. And thank you so much for your constant viewership and support. Without you guys, there is no show. So thank you. It is a beautiful cup and handle on the 3-day chart. You're spot on with that. It's got a measured move back to the glory days of 121. I got this coin for free off from Jupiter. So I own a little bit of it just because I got it for free. We'll see, right? I guess I should have sold the dollar. But man, it looks like it's making that higher low. It looks like a lot of coins right now, they're in the giant cup and handle. You know, it's a little better than others. A lot of coins have their handles below the cup now. But yeah, lower than it's ever been, near the lower low. But at a support too, resistance. And you can see a support there. 886 Fibonacci retracement. Right? I mean, it's like how much lower can you go? So to me, you're not chasing the top. I wouldn't touch this coin. I think there's better out there, but you know. So XTER, someone said it just tanked. Interesting. I haven't touched it yet. I keep watching it. It's just people are oh wow, it got a dump and then pumped back up. People are searching it. It doesn't have a lot of volume though. All right, not my sauce. I'm just, I'm always looking for opportunity. That's how I find KAITO and all the new ones. At first, they just become rumors and whispers, and then you start kind of zooming in and seeing more. Yeah, I agree with you on KAITO. I do see it looks possibly like a inverted head and shoulder inside of that 5-minute time frame. Like a shoulder ahead. It's possible in there. This is also hot. I'm out. I'm not in it anymore. Wow, though, what a move for KAITO. The only risk is panic selling. Hey, man, can you look back at the SNEK chart after, please? It's funny you said that because I looked at SNEK last night. It's like you know what I'm doing. I was on Tap Tools last night checking out SNEK. I looked at this coin CSHAKE last night. Did it do anything? Or did it dump like every meme coin in the game? Oh, wow, look at that. Just complete nothing burger. It was tight, and then it went up a little bit. Tight. It's not too bad. It's just whatever, right? Let's look at SNEK. This is Tap Tools. This is where you will find coins on that you want to search here. What the heck is the search tab? They make that, like, not easy to find. It should be like right there. It probably, it's right in front of you, Sam, you more. Hosky's like my favorite one. I just like it. Charles Hoskinson, and they call it Hosky, right? That's the whole. Someone wants to look at SNEK. We'll take a look at SNEK for you over here. Shout out to the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate all the crypto lifers who have dedicated themselves to crypto. No matter what, they can't shake you out if you're committed. I mean, they can't. I'll look at this on the daily. When I looked at it on the daily, it just looked like it had a regular retracement on the fib. If your fibs are on the right side, just go to settings, and I don't even have the time. It's not even worth it. But right there, that's back down to the 786 fib retracement. Again, it's a non-utility. It could dump. Shout out to my man Hecto. My man Heck, the SNEK. Michael Heckart, the awesome mixed martial arts fight. I don't even know. He does awesome stuff. He does Muay Thai. He's a boxer. He's done it all, man. The guy's unbelievable. And he fights in all the crypto fights too. 786 retracement there. I'm not a fan of this. Like, of buying it. I didn't buy it. I should be, but God bless everyone who's in it. I never bought into SNEK, you know, and I'm just, you know, I like Cardano. If I had extra money, and I'd buy more Cardano, I guess, you know, for the AERO ecosystem. But, you know, it looks interesting. It's at the 786. It's not oversold. And it's been a strong coin with a very strong community. So, you know, I have faith that SNEK may eventually, if the market rips back up, SNEK will rip back up. And what it'll do is it'll make like some type of really long rounded bottom here and probably make its way on out of. But again, who knows? There's no guarantees there, right? I remember IOTX. I was into this coin years ago. That thing is just in the dumps, right? Someone says it's pumping hard or something. Like, baby had me distracted. That super chat about Pi cost me all my gains. I don't know. I'm so confused. What do you think of liquidity while you're on tap tools? It's okay. I don't think it's that great. Good morning, Givers Gain, Trade Fly. We love you. Sam, check out CoinGlass, Whale Alerts, huge BTC and USDT going back and forth. No worries, man. Hey, brother, can you check AERO? Hey, Sam, it's Wednesday, baby. Can you look at XCN, please? We did that. Can RTH Gap and ETH Gap Gap help in trading? I don't know what you're saying. Yeah. I don't use that stuff. I don't know what you're saying. Yeah. Took profits and built the life you want to have. I'm a 9th grade dropout that used Bitcoin to open a business that freed me from poor class. Hey, man, he didn't even have to fall, you know, exactly. You went after your dreams, though, and you took a risk. See, that's the difference. Today, I received some bad news. Coming here and hearing you rant about greatness fills me up with hope for the future. Thank you for this. So, look, my rant helped somebody today. Feel good. Hey, Sam, love the show and your energy. Wanted to learn how to trade, but have no experience. Would joining the group show me how to trade? I have no experience, 100%. 100%. I have a class in there that will get you started from the very beginning. Once you join the group, we have this watch first and then this read first, right? Once you go to read first, I have a class that I got ready for you. Check this out. This is my class. Like, this is a free trading class, and it's 36 minutes long, and it's going to teach you kind of the basics. It's basically a condensed version of my beginner course to get you started, to get you going. And then I want you to start posting charts. I want you to take advantage of the information and the group. We have a place for you to post your charts for the first time ever so people can see what you're talking about, what you're doing. So it looks like Bitcoin's rolling over. That's you know, right now. We're in a symmetrical triangle. 90% of the time, these are dumping to the downside. Again, they're supposed to be 50-50 and they could go either way. However, that hasn't been the case recently. Recently, these have continued to dump. So it tells me that we may be dumping. And then BOOKMAP has all the liquidity further to the downside, suggesting that Bitcoin also goes further down here, somewhere to $78,000 for BTC. All right. So that's kind of what I see happening for Bitcoin at the present moment in time. Is a drop to the downside. Again, do not trade leverage unless you're at your computer. Like, you know, it's a very high risk idea. I made most of my money dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin over time. I'm being honest. Like, I see all these fly by night awesome lev trade guys, and they're cool, but like, that's not how I did it, everybody. I did it like a little rabbit, stashing my carrots for the winter. You know, the little red hen, man, the humble trader. It took me over 15 years to make my first $1 million. Don't brag about it. Just grind about it, slowly but surely. If you believe you deserve a better life than a middle class, mediocre life, then you'll get there. But you gotta want it so hard. And I'm not putting down. I grew up middle class. I had a great life. But imagine being able to start a company with 100 employees. Imagining traveling the world. Imagining creating a product that changes the world. Imagine becoming a billionaire and being able to give $500 million to a cause that you love. Imagine doing something just outworldly, extraordinary, beyond belief. Why not? Why not you? The world is waiting for extraordinary people. We need your expertise and your uniqueness. Why shouldn't you do something great every day? We all are waiting for you to show up and give us your greatness. Believe you me, the world needs your greatness. The world is desiring your greatness. So many people are going to come out and be so excited for you when you show us how great you are. Like, that's what the world is about, waiting for you to become great. So we leave you with big. I may have ranted all day, but I definitely, we learned a lot about Bitcoin. You saw me lose. You saw us trade. You saw us go up and down. You saw the tightness of the symmetrical triangle. All right. Still, we had a great win today. I'm up huge on KAITO. So KAITO makes that loss on Bitcoin. The $150 loss when you win $3,000, pretty awesome. Right. And I actually won the trade earlier, which takes care of the loss already. So the Bitcoin trades are still better off. I'm still green. This looks like it's going to dump. Again, I don't know what's going to happen at any moment in time. It could go back like this and rip. It could dump. I'm just telling you that the odds are it will dump because that's what I've been seeing out of these flags. So you do you. And remember, live in love. Do not let people lower your frequency. Stay with a high frequency as much as you can. Always put yourself forward. Always believe in yourself no matter what. You can, you will. You are the best. You've got this, everybody. You've got this. So as I leave you today on this beautiful Wednesday, if I'm correct, right? What the heck day it is? Every day is the same to me. I worked on Saturday, I mean. But as I leave you today, I want you to hear one thing. Your thoughts create your reality. How you think of yourself is how you will behave. Your subconscious mind, even when you slouch. I was reading, Jim Rohn talked about today, working out because you stand strong, you stand tall. When you slouch and you breathe shallow, your subconscious mind takes that as low energy. And literally, you will have low energy by the way you move your body and the way you behave. If you stand up tall, if you shape yourself, if you form, right, you'll have high energy. Everybody, a great way to trade today is to wait for the 1 minute to cross the 200 MA. If we get a break of the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame, I will take a long. I might wait for the 5 minute. If we never get back above that 200 MA, or if we just get above it a little bit, and we're going down. If we can get a nice clean move. So again, anything could happen. This could be the one symmetrical triangle out of 100 that breaks out. I would love it. I would love that. I'm going to take this away because I'm not in the long or the short right now. I'm still like, If I get my signal, I'll take it. My signal is crossing the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame with the 21 close. Or pretty close to a possibility there. So I will be watching that closely. So back to the last things of the day. Your thoughts create your reality. And your subconscious mind is formed by how you feel, how you think. You've got to put your best foot forward every day. You got to work out. You got to get your physiology upright, which creates a positive mindset for your subconscious. You got to rework your subconscious mind. You got to build it. You can think of all the positive thoughts in your mind you want. But if your subconscious mind is hijacked, if you don't believe you're worth it, you're going to kind of just dwindle down. I walked in confident I could do all this, but my subconscious mind believed that I wasn't worth the millions, that I couldn't get there, that life just was unachievable to me. I always thought, right here in the frontal cortex, I believed, but my subconscious mind did not. And it told me things that weren't true and said, you're not good enough. You're not going to make it. I wasn't good to myself, everybody. I was negative to myself, and therefore, I wasn't able to achieve my dreams. If you want to go after your dreams and be beautiful, you got to talk to yourself as if you would talk to your kid. If your kid was going to go to soccer and go to a soccer game, would you tell them they're going to lose and have a horrible game? I mean, a horrible parent does that. But any good parent would tell their kid that they're going to be great, they're going to have a good time, they're going to stay positive, and they're going to do amazing, right? That's how you got to talk to yourself. You got to talk to yourself the same way you would talk to your kids. The same way you would talk to a good friend. I love you all. Have a great day. Stay positive. Remember, you might be down and out right now, but the secret to success is getting started.